Hi, Madeline Lowry, Certified MAP Method Practitioner. I'm here to explain how we can retrain the brain for chronic infections, bacterial, viral, like COVID, or other kinds of infections. So, the first thing to understand is that the body knows how to heal itself, right? It always has. But when it is not able to do so, we have to figure out what is keeping us from achieving that state of health that we used to enjoy. So let's talk about the role of the brain in this. There's an emerging field, scientific field, known as psychoneuroimmunology. Psychoneuroimmunology. This field is relating these three big systems of the body, which we used to regard as being separate, right? Still, in Western medicine, we see different specialists for each of these issues. But if you consider the role of the psyche and its effects on the neurological system, our nervous system, the function of the brain, and the impact that these have on the immune system and how well it works, then I think you can see the connections between working with the brain to improve the function of the immune system, right? Because the brain is, of course, the boss of the immune system. It is our subconscious mind, after all, that runs all systems of the body, including the immune system. The subconscious mind, as you may remember, is responsible for 90 to 95% of all brain activity. Now, the subconscious mind has different functions. Part of our subconscious, what our subconscious mind is tasked with, is evaluating at any moment in time whether we are safe or not safe. So it is this danger sensing system of the mind that is evaluating every second hundreds of thousands of pieces of information, all external stimuli and all internal stimuli as well, like breathing, like heart rate, like our thoughts and our emotions. It's constantly evaluating the environment outside and inside to determine, are we safe or not safe? When it determines that we are not safe, under threat, the subconscious mind runs the systems of the body differently. We call this mode the sympathetic mode of the autonomic nervous system, or what we also refer to as fight, flight, or freeze. When we are in that sympathetic mode of the autonomic nervous system, the body sacrifices all the restorative functions of the body, because the body is gearing up to run away from an emergency, right? To run away from a threat. So remember, our brain evolved for very different conditions of life than our modern lifestyle. Back then, Paleo man, right? Emergencies or threats were like saber-toothed tigers. They were fleeting, and the emergency was over in a few minutes, right? One way or the other. We either survived or we didn't. But in our modern life, threats can be ongoing. There are more cognitive threats, worries that we have about our life or about finances or interpersonal relationships or the health and well-being of our family members, right? And these kinds of worries and concerns can live in the mind for a lot of each day. This puts us in that stress response. And unfortunately, the more that these thought and emotion circuits of the brain fire, the more reinforced they become, the more entrenched they become, and the more easily they are fired, keeping us in a negative thought and emotion kind of downward spiral, right? And this is all being monitored by the subconscious mind. Our thoughts and emotions inform our subconscious mind. When they are negative, right? They inform our subconscious mind, we're in danger. There's a threat here. She's worrying all the time. And that has us in that sympathetic mode. You may have heard of the term sympathetic dominant. This is what we're talking about when your practitioner describes that. That is what we're talking about. Your brain is stuck in that mode of operating, fight, flight, freeze. In order to recover from an infection, from any chronic health condition, we need to have the brain be in the parasympathetic mode of the autonomic nervous system. This is what is known as the rest, digest, and heal mode. This is the mode that we have to be in order for all those restorative functions of the body to come back online, whether it's digestion or hormone production or nutrient uptake, whether it is the creation of energy in the cells, right? Or the immune function, right? Any restorative healing functions of the body are put on hold as long as we're in that stress response. And so this is where neural retraining comes in, because with neural retraining, we can break down those thought and emotion loops that are keeping us in a stress response. We can reinforce more positive, more productive, more health-producing thought and emotion loops. So we can go from that negative downward spiral into a positive upward spiral. And this sets the stage for us to be in that parasympathetic response where all healing functions can occur and where our immune system can start to find its way back to full function, optimal function again, and start to focus its resources on the viruses, the bacteria, or the invaders that really need to be dealt with, instead of spinning its wheels, attacking things which may be of no consequence, right? That's what happens when you have a dysregulated immune system. So this is exactly the process by which neural retraining can help to resolve a chronic ongoing infection or a dysregulated immune system. So I hope this has been helpful.